Trapped beneath the ruins, the air was heavy with dust, blood, and the suffocating scent of pheromones. Sheng Shaoyou leaned against the debris, struggling to keep his composure. The faint fragrance of orchids lingered in the broken space, sweet, soft, yet unbearable to him. He glared at Hua Yong, who sat weakly nearby. "So, what happened to you before?" he asked coldly. Hua Yong lowered his eyes, his voice calm but tinged with exhaustion. "Pheromone modifier. It's the latest invention of the X Holdings research team, unknown to the public. It can alter my pheromones into Omega's scent, but the effect is temporary. Today, I didn't replenish it in time. I lost control." The modifier failed. The confession rolled off his tongue effortlessly. He wasn't only skilled at lying, he was equally skilled at apologizing. "Mr. Sheng," Hua Yong whispered, his expression delicate, almost pitiful. "I'm sorry. I lied to you on purpose. But I never meant to hurt you. I only like you too much." He bowed his head, brows lowered, eyes dimmed, the perfect image of fragile sincerity. But Sheng Shaoyou wasn't moved. His patience was already worn thin, the orchid fragrance wrapped around him, clinging like chains. He gritted his teeth. "Put away your soothing pheromones," he snapped. "Keep this up and you'll be dead before they finish digging the bricks out of here." Coldly, he added, "I told you before, I don't want to be with the dead." Yet Hua Yong, instead of being offended, smiled faintly. His pale face lit up as though Xiaoyu's harsh words were proof of hidden concern. "Mr. Sheng," he said brightly, "are you worried about me?" His thin lips curved upwards, his spirit blooming despite his injuries. "Don't worry, I won't die so easily. I'll live long enough to catch you." Sheng Shaoyu's scalp prickled. The idea of being chased by this shameless alpha made his body tense, and his backside, still healing from that night, ached with unwanted memory. Wait, could it be? Could this scammer actually be that man from that night? No way. Absolutely not. His mind was in chaos. The questions burned on his tongue, but he couldn't bring himself to ask. He couldn't force out the words. "Were you the one who touched me that night? The one who marked my neck?" Still, the floral scent from then, it was unmistakably the same. He clenched his fists, tongue-tied, heart pounding. After what felt like an eternity, he forced out a few broken words. "That day, at Tian de Hui. Was it you?" Hua Yong leaned close, orchid fragrance wrapping tighter around them. His voice was soft, intimate. "Yes, it was me." His eyes gleamed with obsession as he whispered, "Mr. Sheng, I like you so much. I can't bear to see you with anyone but me. When we get out of here, will you let me pursue you again?" The question was a spark thrown onto gunpowder. Sheng Shaoyou nearly exploded. Pursue? What kind of pursuit was this? This wasn't romance, it was fraud. He shoved Hua Yong away, frowning fiercely. "I'm not interested in alphas who use force as love. Stay away from me. Put away your pheromones. They're annoying." Hua Yong stumbled from the push, still fragile, still smiling faintly. His voice was soft as falling ash. "But I don't want you to hurt." "It doesn't hurt," Xiaoyu muttered, lowering his eyes to avoid the sight of Hua Yong's bleeding shoulder. The wound was horrific, blood flowing endlessly. Just looking at it made his chest tighten with discomfort, even knowing who Hua Yong truly was, even knowing his lies. His deceptions, Xiaoyu couldn't stop the flicker of worry in his heart. Caring about him had already become a cursed habit. Damn it! This liar! This insufferable liar! But even as he cursed inside, he didn't want Hua Yong to die. Not like this. Even swindlers deserve justice. At the very least, he should survive long enough to be beaten black and blue, to confess every hidden truth before facing punishment. Meanwhile, outside the ruins, chaos reigned. Shen Wenling and Chang Yu coordinated the rescue team, their communication cut by failing signal towers. For half an hour, all contact with Xiaoyu and Hua Yong had been lost. The only hope came from life detectors and search and rescue locators. At last, after tense minutes, they confirmed. The two trapped men were near the doorway. Though the collapsed area was wide, the rescue was possible. After 30 grueling minutes of work, the debris shifted. The trapped were freed. The rescuers reached them, Hua Yong bleeding heavily, and Sheng Shaoyou pale and injured. The medical team rushed forward, first placing Xiaoyu on a stretcher. Hua Yong, still bleeding, stood aside without complaint. His shoulder wound was shocking, blood staining half his body, but he endured it with frightening calm. Chang Yu's face turned pale at the sight, horrified by how much blood Hua Yong had lost. The medics tried to lift him onto another stretcher, but Hua Yong resisted. Instead, he knelt beside Xiaoyu's stretcher. With trembling hands, he pressed his cheek against Xiaoyu's chest, listening to his heartbeat. Then he wrapped his arms around him, clinging like a man lost at sea. The image was painfully tender, shockingly vulnerable. The infamous cold-blooded Hua Yong, the manipulator. The deceiver looked like nothing more than a wounded man who couldn't let go of the one he loved. Even Shen Wenling, hardened as he was, winced at the sight. He stood stiffly, forcing indifference, but deep down, it made his teeth ache. Chang Yu looked on with sympathy. His boss Sheng Shaoyou had fallen into the grasp of this alpha's unwavering obsession. It was like watching a tragic play unfold. If this were ancient times, he thought grimly, Xiaoyu would be a male Daji, the kind of beauty who toppled kingdoms. Hua Yong's devotion was terrifying, greater than money, greater than power, greater than life itself. And yet, his embrace wasn't possessive. It was gentle, precise, filled with restraint. Before Xiaoyu could push him away, Hua Yong released him on his own, stepping back quietly. Blood streaked his face, but his expression was soft, almost beautiful in its fragility. Xiaoyu lay frowning on the stretcher, his legs and back in pain. Hua Yong looked down at him one last time. He smiled faintly, whispered softly, "Goodbye, Mr. Sheng." Like a harmless cat, his voice held no malice, only longing. Xiaoyu stared at him, heart twisted with anger and unease. He knew. He saw Hua Yong again. He might not be able to resist striking that too-perfect face. So he made himself a promise. It would be better never to see him again. But in the deepest part of his heart, he already knew fate would never grant him that mercy. If you enjoyed this dramatic scene, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next chapter. And tell me in the comments, do you think Sheng Shaoyou will ever give in to Hua Yong's pursuit?